the shadow side of the Taurus male. So, when we talk about Taurus, we have to mention the senses. Tauruses are all about the physical pleasures, enjoying them. So, this means that they're vulnerable to putting on weight. They like chocolates, candy, all kinds of fatty comfort foods. Think macaroni and cheese and stuff like that. That's Tauruses. They like to eat for fun. So, besides that, they tend to be lazy when they're on the shadow side. So, think gluttonous, but not active at the same time. So, you can have an idea of what that person would behave like. They might also drink a lot. Think enjoying yourself and being lazy, sleeping a lot. Tauruses love to be in bed. They're not really morning people too, especially when they're on the shadow side. So, along with them being lazy means like they might lack accomplishments. Just be that wet blanket kind of person that can't be happy for anybody else because they're not where they need to be. And they're simply not because of their laziness. They're uninspired and unmotivated. In relationships also, Tauruses can be rather possessive, controlling, domineering, all those things. They're all about wanting to possess people. So if they're with a partner like that's a fire sign, they might have issues getting along because he wants something different and from the way that she acts than her nature. This might cause them to clash because Tauruses are non-negotiating, especially on the shadow side. It's their way or the highway. They want you to basically get with the program. There's no negotiating. Tauruses, when they're improved upon, like they can be diplomats. Their opposite sign is, sorry, not their opposite sign, but they share a ruling planet with Libra, and Libra is a diplomat. They have Venus in common. The Taurus is the physical manifestation, and Libra, the air sign, is air ideologies and stuff. So they can be a diplomat, but that's only in their like highest form. So other than that, you're gonna find a Taurus that's stubborn, their way or the highway. Where are you at? They want to check your phones. They're very, very possessive, where it's a problem. And when they're successful, it actually heightens this problem because they feel they have the right to be, to be that way. Money often gets to their head, so they have this attitude of, I don't have to listen to anybody else because I'm the successful one, so they need to often humble themselves. Tauruses can be very, very arrogant when they're on the shadow side. They think that they're like, princes or something like that. So, yeah, they lack humility. Taurus men on the shadow side have been known to be alcoholics as well. They'll drink a lot because it gives them, a good feeling. Like I said, they're all about the senses. So they might have an issue with alcohol, and this might make their temper sort of off. A lot of shadow-sided Taurus males have had physical altercations in their relationships or been abusive towards their partner. That's something you might have to watch out for. They might also find it very difficult to be faithful in relationships. Their opposite sign is Scorpio. And Scorpio is like the emotional transformative sign, and Taurus is the same way but physically. So they enjoy the physical aspects of intimacy. For Scorpio, it's more of like, oh, it's a spiritual thing and stuff. The Taurus, they really have that aggressive energy, coming off of Aries. They're a very, very physical sign, so they they might be unfaithful to their partner. It might not be a shadow sided for some people. They have open relationships, so that works. But for most people, a partner that is doing that, it simply can't work out for them. So let's not forget that Tauruses tend to attract money, just like Leos. So this, going back to their lack of humility, you'll find that a lot of people do not like having Tauruses who are on the shadow side around, because they're not they might be rather nasty to those who they feel are in the lower social class, and that can't work. Like, if you're really gonna be someone who's well liked or popular, you'll have to pretty much be nice to everyone. You can't be discriminatory. But Tauruses are very, very discriminatory, especially when they're well off. So this does not give them a good reputation amongst people. They'll have the reputation of being bougie, pretentious, arrogant. So, things like that. You'll hear a lot about that, about Tauruses on the shadow side. You'll hear them being called one of those three majority of the time. They might also be really, really bad with money. Tauruses like the nicer things in life, the finer things, luxurious items, spoiling themselves, even if they haven't done anything to earn it. Even if they're unemployed, they still feel like, oh, I like to go out to eat, so I'm going to keep doing that. That's very, very Taurus, living above their means. They might also hoard things because they like keeping possessions. I don't know, they just like to have them around them. For Cancer, it's about like sentimental value and stuff. But with Tauruses, they like to have them around so that they feel good. Like, they just like to have, like, oh, look at my new speakers, look at my new, like, whatever. you know, um, they like to bask in its beauty. So yeah, there's so many more things we can add. Please do that in the comment section below. Tauruses on the shadow side.